the most versatile tube amp ever. Well, at least one of them. The Signal Chain. One of my Japan ESP custom shop signature eclipses with Seymour Duncan distortion both on the bridge and neck into the pedal board, but I haven't used anything. The signal just goes through to the amp, and the cabinet I'm using is one of my Marshall 4x12s with Eminence Carnivores and DV77s. Right now I'm miking one of the Carnivores with a single SM57, and then the signal goes to SSL 4000E Revival channel strip and then into Pro Tools. On the song, you know, I filmed myself while I recorded the left rhythm guitar and the solo, and I doubled the right rhythm guitar afterwards. And now on the solo, I added a little bit of circular delays and PCM42 kind of double delay. So it was two delays blended in, and that was pretty much it. But yeah, so let's actually turn the Soldano on. We can kind of compare, so you get an idea about the amp. But what I was using on the song and now was the channel 3, not on the high gain mode. Now let's go through that channel, or actually let's first compare it to the Soldano so you get the idea. So I just dialed this how I kind of felt was good for the song and for the sound I hear in my head and so on. So yeah, so this is the Steve Morse now. This is Soldano. You know, yeah, I had actually dialed this pretty close, but it's the sound in your head and the feel and what you're used to. But yeah, so you know, now you know and of course you can dial many different sounds from the Soldano. This was just how I had it. The last time I had it, I was actually reamping guitars on one Finnish metal band's EP, which I'm mixing, and also reamping the guitar. So that was the sound what I used. But yeah, so cool. Okay, let's turn the knobs a little bit. So there's our basic gain and then high gain switch, bass. There's 4 mid controls, so you can choose either low mid 1 or low mid 2. I had now the low mid 2, which is kind of more of a up higher mid, a little bit Marshall-y, and then or mid because this is still low mid, and then the high mid 1 and 2. Well, different frequencies, you know, because these are volume controls for different frequencies. And I chose the high mid 2, which I felt was a little bit higher volume control for a little bit higher mid frequency, more Marshall SLO style. And then there's 2 volumes on this channel. I was just using this because you can control this with a MIDI, whatever MIDI control, because this is MIDI or ENGL, so you can, you know, have your 2 different volumes on this channel and whatnot. The master was at 11 o'clock, the depth punch at noon, and the presence kind of like 7.5, so 2:30 p.m. o'clock. Okay, let's go through the knobs. So gain is now like a 3 p.m., 3 o'clock. And there's absolutely no need for an overdrive, in my opinion, to channel this amp. It's works great. And then when we add the high gain, this is insane. Of course, it gets a little bit lower because it compresses more. So with the high gain, there's quite a lot of gain even when this is like barely open. Compared to this is a little too bloated to my taste with any setting, so I just used the normal gain and kind of there where it's 3 o'clock. I guess that's where it was. Bass. Guess I had it around noon. This sounds fine. Okay, and then the 2 mids. So I was using the low mid too. Listen. When I choose the low mid 1, it's kind of lower. This is oh. So you really can change the character of the amp how you prefer with these controls, these low mid controls, very handy. And obviously, you know, if you have a certain speaker, you can maybe match the mid response, but it's cool. But I kind of like the low mid too. It's more kind of open to my ears compared to it's yeah, more like a Marshall or SLO. Then the high mids. That frequency, then low, high mid 1. It's a little bit different frequency. So the high mid 2 kind of gives you that a really vocal-like thing, and this gives you a more modern. So how I dialed the amp, I had the drums and bass going that I mixed. It was the same song I used on my video of this 20-watt Morse, and I was just playing and tweaking the knobs to fit the sound to the mix. So I felt like this I liked more, but now when playing solo, this is actually sounds really muscular. It's really quah, but in the mix, this worked better, in my opinion. Treble. Treble stays really smooth even when it's cranked. I had it where it kind of opens 2 o'clock, and the volume is volume. And the master is master volume. Okay, let's change to the channel 2, which is like a lower gain. This is the most you can get this, which is pretty high gain. Kind of your darker voiced in general than the channel 3. Bass. Mids. Treble. Fairly dark. These I have the treble almost cranked. And let's go through the presence now. Actually change the channel 3 presence. It's a little bit like SLO and 5150 presence. Kinda after 7 something starts to happen. Before that it's really the effect is quite small, but after 2 o'clock there's starting to be stuff happening. So there where it opens, 2:30 o'clock, and the death punch. This is more similar to 5150 than on the Soldano, because the Soldano it's more like a low mid control. I usually have it off or like 1, because it's kind of made for if you play quietly, so it kind of simulates, because I have master at 6 on the Soldano, so there's this wah, and the death is kind of more give you that low and whack if you're playing master really low, like bedroom levels. But this one is actually more similar to 5150's resonance, so it adds this deep, just like so that it's really low frequency, probably something like 80 Hertz or something. Okay, then channel 1, clean channel. Really nice clean, and if we add a bus CE5, clean's really good. And you can get it to, let's take the chorus off, kind of bluesy edge of breakup tones. Oh, completely clean. Let's go through the controls. Conclusion. I don't know if this is the most versatile tube amp, but it's definitely one of the most, if not the most versatile I have tried. I think I've tried all ENGL amps on my channel. Big thanks to my local music shop Musics here in Switzerland, where I've borrowed all of these ENGLs to check them out and do these videos. So thank you Musics again for letting me borrow this. And this what makes this, I guess, one of the most, it's not the 3 channels, even though they are, because many amps has 3 channels. You know, my rectifier, which is there, has 3 channels, high gain, mid gain, and you can mix and match. But what makes this really versatile is these 4 mid controls: low mid 1, low mid 2, high mid 1, high mid 2, because, you know, guitar lives in the mids, and you can really shape the mids of this amp with these controls. I mean, I always like to have a little bit overdrive in front just to tighten and get the certain feel. It's a feel thing for me, because I've used SD1 or Juice Screamer pretty much always, no matter what amp in front. But with this one, I didn't even try. I didn't felt the need. The feel was there, and the tightness and everything. So yeah, if you're looking for a really versatile amp, and you know, Steve Morse like you heard, no matter where I turned the knobs, it sounded good. You couldn't really get a bad sound of it. I think it's just a matter of personal preference, what you like. Like in general, all ENGLs have a signature ENGL sound, like Marshalls have Marshall sound and 51, 50, 50. I'm a bit more towards the Marshall, or not bit, because I don't have any ENGLs, but I do see why so many people like them. They're great amps, really versatile, especially this one, and they have a signature sound. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get an ENGL to my studio, because you know, I do a lot of mixing and reamping, and sometimes maybe an ENGL is what I need. And if I would get an ENGL, this one would be a really strong contender. All right, hey. Thanks for watching. More info in the description below to ENGL's website and also to Music's website, where you can purchase this actual amp. It's brand new, except I have just used it for an hour, and I will return it next. Back to Music's. All right, hey. Hopefully you found this interesting and informative. If you like, please, you know, press the thumbs up, hit the subscribe bell button so you don't miss any of my stuff. Until next time, take care. Bye.